Your favorite duo is back. It's Worship and Phila, and
Come
it's the
on.
start of the end-of-year tours. The Springboks kick off the end-of-year tour with a clash against Japan from Wembley. And we thought, why not come to a Japanese-themed restaurant? Matsuya Teppanyaki, that's where we are. And we've got a very special Betway ambassador with us. Worship.
He is very special indeed, Phila. He won the Rugby World Cup with the Springboks in 2007.
Yeah, bro.
And he's a 127 capped Springbok. Very special cat. He called him the Big Vic.
Oh, yes.
So we're looking forward to asking him just about this weekend, about the outbound tour, about what the Springboks can basically look forward to in the Japanese team. And we're really, really excited to have a sit down with him to just crack a bit of his knowledge about the rugby.
He's punctual. He's waiting. Let's go.
Let's go have some sushi.
Hello guys, welcome here. A little bit late as always. But yeah, I just arrived back from Japan. I thought I'll be very nice. So normally there's raw egg, raw fish. I thought I'll get you something nicer that we used to in South Africa, but we'll get there. Maybe in the main course we'll get something different. Few questions about Japan versus the Boks.
Yes, we definitely do. Thank you for this. It looks really nice. Firstly, I mean, how was the experience? And you just said that you just came back from a 2-week sort of stay in Japan, helping them out there. What was the experience like there?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Got a lot of respect for Eddie Jones, someone that were with us in 2007 at the World Cup as well. So it's my fourth time I went over. Last year I was helping them with the lineouts. This year my role has changed a little bit. I'm almost like a second voice to Eddie. So talk about the attack, talk to the defense. Gary Gold's there as well from South Africa. Game management, how they train, what they do. So really enjoyed it. And yeah, I think the boys are pretty up for it. Japan's got fantastic players. It's just on the depth side. The first 15, 20 players really good. After that, there's pretty big gap between the first and second choice players.
All right, now Vic, when it comes to Bok rugby and the Bok culture, we know how hectic it gets during the week of a test match or any
Box Fridays.
How is it in Japan? How's the culture that side, and how hectic does it get leading up to the actual match on the Saturday?
Yeah, it's probably a bit different. They love the baseball there. Baseball is everything. Huge, It's huge. They're number one team. They beat American baseball actually. But when you get to the games, you can just feel the whole vibe there. And everyone is just so positive there. I mean, you can be there with a few games, especially with the B side. We played Australia where they're 50 points behind. They don't get negative. They don't boo. They get close. They all cheer and they're all in. So unbelievable culture that they've got there. I really enjoy it over there. Love going. People look up to you. They try and help always. Look, the rules are a bit strict for South Africans. We're used to taking chances, shortcuts. But unbelievable nation and unbelievable culture that they've got there.
It's sort of a strange sort of test week for both sides. I mean, you have to go. South Africans are, just started the URC. They have to come out from that and then start this test match a little bit earlier than they probably would have. It's also at an interesting venue. It's Wembley Stadium, which is known for cup finals in English football.
Exactly.
So, how do they approach this sort of week going into an unfamiliar territory as Wembley? Probably the first time that both nations have ever played at Wembley.
Yeah, I think it's the second time. South Africa has played there at Wembley before. I don't know. I think it was a midweek game actually, Springboks versus Saracens. And but yeah, I think both teams are up there for the Northern Hemisphere end-of-year tours. It's when normally the Southern Hemisphere play the Northern Hemisphere. And we've seen with Rassie, he likes kind of warm-up games going into the big test matches. I mean, we're playing France next. It's going to be a huge test match. So yeah, I think he just wanted to get ready. But I mean, this is going to be a proper test match. Japan has just played Australia. We know how Australia came back in the Rugby Championship. Only lost by 4 points. They had opportunity in the last 5 minutes. Unfortunately, knocked the ball to get another big victory over big. We won't talk about 2015. We're not going to go there.
We may have to go there.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a great test match. But let's have something to eat. Let's
nice,
see.
Looking forward to this.
I've been looking for it. A nice spring roll and some calamari there as well for you guys.
Thank you very much.
Vic, this is an amazing meal. We just had the starters, and we have a sushi boat here, Phila.
Man, this looks
Can
good.
you see this?
It looks good.
But before we get stuck in here, Vic, Vic, I just want to ask. I think the last time that you played against Japan was in 2015. Do you have any specific, not the memory?
We did play against him twice in 2019 as well.
Sorry about that. I'll just revert to 2015 or 2019 actually. Are there any players in Japan that you looked forward into playing in terms of a competitive aspect who were really rough and tough, like your boys Bakis or anything, or were they just different in the style that they played?
Well, I think their style is different. I remember a guy like Donny Rousseau went over to Japan just after 2011 World Cup.
Yeah.
And he was only there for 6 months and he came back, he said, no ways, he's not playing here. Because every time they just stop at your legs and they just go at your knees. So that's something we actually experienced in 2015 as well, because you think you're going to use your power. They go down low, chop you, and it's difficult. But yeah, I think in their team, probably one of the guys I've got most respect for is Michael Leach. He was a captain in 2015, 2019 as well, and now he's still there. I think he's 5-6 games away from his 100th games for Japan, and just working with him and how committed he is. And now he leads from the front, and unbelievable players. So yeah, for me, I mean, just a harsh reality. Going up against him, losing against him at the World Cup with him as captain. But yeah, on that day, they just scored us. I think we were a bit overconfident, wanted to play too much rugby. We played into their hands, open it up. And I mean, if the game gets loose, they can run. They talk about Chosuku rugby. It's quick rugby. Chosuku. So that's how they want to play. They're not going to play like us, physical, dominate you with power. They want to play fast rugby.
I mean, South Africans and Japan and Japanese have a really nice relationship. I mean, diplomatically as well, a lot of great relations. A lot of South Africans play in the Japanese league as well. You just mentioned some of the differences, but are there any like sort of similarities between the two playing styles that South Africa and Japan have?
I think the culture probably more. I think we as South Africans are humble people. Japanese are really humble and then dedicated. They're so dedicated to what they want to do, and they're open to learn. For me, the nice thing about helping them is you come in there, you tell them this is what you want, and they do exactly. They won't argue with you. They don't have their own little things that they rather would like to do. They just listen. No egos, and they do what they're told. So really nice to work with them. And like I say, humble people, but I mean, they samurais. So they will give everything for what they stand for. Like South Africa, I mean, hulle weet nie wat ons is. So we'll give everything for our country, and we love our country.
Cool. So Vic, I mean, we just come back from a really, really tough rugby championship, possibly the toughest that we've ever seen in the history of it. And this game on Saturday. So I just want to get your perspective on, or your prediction basically, on Saturday's game, and where you think the match will be won. Will be won in a forward game or in a backline game, or how exactly do you think the winner, I'm not saying who's going to win, but you can say that, but how do you think the game will be won?
Yeah, just firstly, talking from a Japanese point of view with helping them a little bit, I think, yes, they want to play this fast, open game. But to the South African defense, they also need to manage the game. If they play too much, give too many turnovers away, we've seen South African as rugby champions. They're so dangerous. And then for South Africa, again, is use your power. Use that, something we did wrong in 2015, make sure you play the power game rather than a fast game. But I think it might be tight. I think for the first 50, 60 minutes, they should stay in the game, but I think at the end, unfortunately, South Africa will just run away with it. And I think it also helped that they only lost with 4 points against Australia. That were very competitive. They beat us at Alice Park last week. So South Africa probably a week ago will be also a bit overconfident. But now after that result against Australia, they'll know they're in for a game. You ready for some sushi?
Yeah.
Please.
This is the main course.
I'll trust you.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Let's get it closer. Here comes the boat.
Oh, nice. Nice. Vic, really, thank you for this. I mean, this is amazing. I've had a little bit of sushi, but I'm never this deep.
Not a boat.
Yeah, not a whole boat of sushi. So thank you very much for the lunch. It's great to hear your insights about both nations, which you know so intimately. So really, really appreciate your time. We're going to catch up a lot more as the tour progresses into different big derbies, which are going to be so important to the Springboks. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's the first time ever I go into a Springbok game with a little bit of mixed feelings.
Okay.
A little bit. Japan can stay in the game.
All right.
I really
How much
enjoy.
are they paying you, Vic?
Just getting close, stay close. But I mean, there's some huge games coming up always. Ireland, but I think the biggest one of the year is going to be France in Paris. It's going to be huge. Can't wait.